What's good, YouTube family? What's good? What's going on? What's going on? Good afternoon. What's going on with everybody? What's going on? All this wag. What's not hashtag Spellman on YouTube Live? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, today was a good day today. Uneventful. Thank God. Of course, I work at a school system where I have to make sure these kids go to classes on time and everything. Overall, we had a good day. I am grateful to be alive and to be in the land of the living. I'm just getting off of work. I have to go to work again tonight. You know, Tonight will be, you know, parents and teachers meet in Greek, you know. So I got to get ready for that. I went to my son's school where I work at, had parent teacher meet in Greek. It wasn't parent teachers conference, to discuss about grades because it's still too early in the game. You understand? But we're gonna have at the school where I'm going to be doing overtime is going to be parents and teachers meet in Greek and what have you. So looking forward to doing that, and just asking God for strength to get me through tonight, because like I told y'all before, I'm doing this by myself. you know I got a youngest son to raise, and I got to do what I got to do to make sure that I make the extra ends in order for us to survive. At this particular point in my life, I'm not thinking about flexing. I'm 52 going on 53. I ain't trying to flex for anybody. Only thing I am concerned about is making sure that I'm providing for me and my youngest son and everything. And I'm not flexing, going on social media, acting like, I got this money, I got that money. No, I don't go on for social media to flex. I go to social media like this YouTube, let y'all know that I'm going through the vicissitudes of life just like everybody else, you know, and with the Lord's help and strength, He is able to sustain me and everything. So I'm just truly grateful for His strength. Zayn Ahmed said, yo, what's up, fam? What's going on? How you been? All right. I don't know where you from. Tell me where you from. Hit me down below. Put a chat down below. Tell me where you from. All right. Uh, Collarboy said, name a car for an edit. I don't know. Huh. One of Elon Musk Cybertrucks? I don't know. Huh. Hi from Iowa. I got Dustin Fast from Iowa. They say, yo, this is another thing. I'm gonna start putting trolls on blast, man. Come on, yo, people, stop going on my page and mentioning about gay. That's all y'all all for. Y'all some thirsty for attention, man. Like, come on. If doing the most is a person, man, come on. Look, I don't even know you from Adam. Talking about, are you a gay dude? Why are you asking my sexual preference? Like I'm obligated to tell you who I am. I just told you. You just got on here. I said, yo, I just lost my late wife, man. I just lost my late wife, and I'm raising my 14-year-old, and I'm doing the best I can to raise and try to make extra ends meet. Trying to survive for me and my son, and you throwing this out there talking about, are you a gay dude? Yo, you sound stupid for real. That's crazy. People out here trolling people page and don't know people's situations that they going through. Like, come on, that irks me, man. Why you even ask that question? Like, sometimes people listen to me. Those who are my viewing audience, yo, sometimes you often wonder these kind of people where their mindset are. It's like, are they sick in the head or something? Like, like they need to do like a case study on trolls, cause yo, that it sounds stupid to answer from their sexual preference. I just lost my late wife. I lost my late wife back in October 26, 2018. And these trolls, listen to this, people. They don't have empathy or sympathy whatsoever. And they gonna come out and be trolls and put stupid stuff down here. And I'm mourn, there are moments and times I still mourn and grief for the loss of my late wife, and I wish she was here and we could work as a collective to raise, our youngest son. My oldest son, he's 20 years old and he's living on his own. And for a troll like asking me, well, all stupidity, to say, yo, are you a gay dude? Like, yo, what's wrong with that, man? Why you asking? Why? You trying to shoot your shot with me or something? Like, come on, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? If I got 2 kids, what does that say to you? They taught us when we was young, use our inference, our educated guess. So obviously, I'm a heterosexual. Like, come on. You shouldn't be posting stuff like that, and as a troll. Like, come on, it looks stupid. It's not a good look for you, fam. It's not a good look for you. You look stupid right about now. You know what I'm saying? As she said, ha 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 ha. You know what I'm saying? This is the time I'm gonna unleash on trolls. Whoever come on my page and want to say something, stupid, I'm unleashing on y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Bronx, fam. All right? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I'm unleash on y'all. Come on. Yo, you want the smoke? Come on. I'll bring the smoke, fam, all right? Come on. We could do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. KLOL. You know what I'm saying? And look. Look, he looks stupid again. I just told you I had lost my late wife. I got 2 boys. And I'm trying to make this video as a motivational message. That, I'm doing this by myself. And you have audacity to ask another stupid question on top of your first initial stupid question. Yo, you look stupid. It's not a good look, fam. Your trolling is not a good look. It's not a good look. So try another material, man. It will help you. You know what I'm saying? For real. Dust says hi. Dust 3V1325 said hi. Yeet said, do you know that Germany was the first to invent sparkling water? If it's true, my hat goes off to Germany. You know what I'm saying? Russell Lampmaster said, how old was your wife? She was 42. She was like 6 days shy of turning 43, because she was born in 1975. So she was born on Halloween in 1975 and everything. She passed away of a heart attack. She had like 3 cardiac arrests in her lifetime. So I'm glad that you asked the question. I'm not afraid to answer the question. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, for not being a troller, to ask stupid questions like your counterpart, Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is what they do in Nassau County, make that extra money, you know what I'm saying? Yeek said, I mean, who else would think of adding gas to water? You know what I'm saying? Glass says, What are you yapping about, girly? And that's another stupid, you know, question from another troller. Like, come on, y'all don't have anything else better to do to 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 troll. Like, come on, get yourself a platform and start talking about your trolling, the how to for all things to troll. It looks stupid. That's right. I'm putting y'all troll on blast. Y'all, it looks funny on y'all. It looks stupid on y'all. Come on. It's ugly, man. Come on, stop it, man. You're hurting yourself, man. I think trolls, when they troll on people pages, I think they suffer from childhood trauma. It's like because they suffer from childhood trauma, bullying, and now they want to take it out on people like us who's very vocal and everything, like 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 they want to take it out on anybody's social media page, and rather to get a therapist, but they want to troll. You know what I'm saying? I'll like, yo, what's up, fam? How's everything with you, man? Everything's good. Everything's good. Taking it one day at a time, man. Yeah. I'm still at the high school, man. Yeah. Gotta wait another year. Yeah. But I was at the court and I asked the $1 million question. But I'm not at liberty to discuss certain details because I'm doing YouTube, But I have to wait next year though. Yeah, you still at the middle school? All right, my brother. Yeah. And the bus driver where I was working at the middle school, here in Nassau County, because I'm from the Bronx, when I came over here, it was under substantial reason here in Nassau County, but I was living in Manhattan, You're welcome. I was living in Manhattan, when my wife and I was alive, so I came over here. And I built so much camaraderie with the people here in Nassau County, and they cool peeps. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like I said, yo, trolls, listen to me. If y'all need therapy, go to therapy, man, and stop going on people's pages and say stupid stuff. It looks stupid on y'all. You know what I'm saying? It looks so stupid on y'all asking stupid questions, and y'all think y'all not gonna be called out. You got the right one, baby, because I'm gonna call you out, fam. Like, come on, it's a stupid look on you. You know what I'm saying? And us Bronx people from the Bronx, we don't bite our tongue for anybody. We tell you like it is for what it is, fam. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Cause we used to settle it like this, guard your grill, fam. Like, but I'm not that dude, anymore. I'm saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, type of a Christian. Adam said hello. Archie, Christy said hi. She said hi. Hector Shelter said, rest in peace, man. Thank you so much. I respect you being there for your child. I pray he grows up successful. This is what I'm talking about. People like him, Helter Skelter, saying something, wishing his condolences to me and everything. I appreciate you, fam, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. You just blessed my heart just moments ago. Y'all trolls, learn how to do ministry. Learn how to say the right words, man. Come on. Because like I said, y'all trolling is not a good look for you. It's played out. It's played out before the dance called the twist. Come on. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be a snapper back in the day. I was a mom joke snapper. So don't get me started. Y'all don't want the smoke. And like the kids, they trying to crack up on me when I do mom jokes and everything, and I do snapping jokes. They don't want that smoke from me. You know what I'm saying? But thank you so much, Helter Skelter. I appreciate it. Roger Kumar said hi. Thank you so much. He said, I'm just kidding. Sorry, dude. Have a great day. Good luck. Thank you so much. I appreciate your apology, man. And see, the fact that you apologize, That means, you know, you're the bigger person. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you so much. Adam L said, "Hey, Trollo." I don't know what that means. Hajar Kumar said, "How about you?" Yeah, whatever entails what you're trying to say. Yeet said, "They literally just went. Let's just gas." I don't want to say that. Come on, we gotta stop the expletives, man. That four-letter expletives. Let's refrain from that, all right? Cause I don't about that expletive life. You know what I'm saying? Raja Kumar said, "How was your health?" I'm good. You know, I got a clean bill of health. You know, next month I'll be 53 years old, and I'm still here by the grace of God. You know what I'm saying? Uh, my man said, "Dust 3 via 1325, bro. Your chat is crazy." Yeah, and SHD12 said, "Expect the haters online or never go live." Well, I'm expect the haters online, but you got to be careful what you say nowadays because FCC and everything is being monitored and controlled. If you say anything about a political figure or somebody in that arena, you know, people are being censored nowadays. Ever since the aftermath, you know what I'm saying? Yo, check this out. Y'all want the smoke? My haters are my elevators. Boom. You like that, right? My haters are my elevators. You know? You know? Come on. My haters are my elevators. Instead of hate, congratulate. The very fact that I came on social media live to share, to give you a lens of what it looks like to be a widower, you know, without doing it without a wife, and the way how God intended female to the male to be the helpmeet, and she's not here to help, and I'm doing it by myself. I stand on business. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, man. You know? He said, "What about you yapping about girly?" You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's what about you? It's the pot calling the kettle black. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm calling out on the trolls. Like they don't have anything edifying to say. They go on people pages, say stupid stuff. They don't edify. They don't have the Holy Ghost. They don't know how to witness. They don't know how to minister. You understand? All they do is want to get on people's page and they want to garner attention. They narcissists, man. Trolls are narcissistic people. They grandiose view of themselves. The notice me. They cry, baby. I didn't get attention when I was young. They used to snap on me. But now, what I'm going to do, out of act of revenge, I'm going to go on people's pages and I'm going to hurt people. This is what trolls do and everything. And they hurting right now. You know what I'm saying? These trolls are killing y'all. Your own trolling is killing y'all. You know what I'm saying? Come on. And here's another question. Are you transgender? Like, yo, you look stupid for the third time. You look stupid, fam. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's stupid. Hashtag look stupid. You asking another question about my preference. You know? I know what I think. Ari. I think you hate my swag, babe. I think you hate my swag. You know, because I got a swag, man. I got the aura. Those people who are trolls, they don't have aura. You know what I'm saying? I got the aura. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. That's why a lot of people gravitate me. Yo, every time I go in the room, it's like I light up the room. You know, I don't have to pretend that who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the hate what comes in because, people got that natural aura. People trying so much on social media trying to have this falsified aura. Before cell phone, before social media, we had aura. You know what I'm saying? We had aura. You know what I'm saying? We had a swag about us. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? We have swag about us. So it comes naturally. We got the aura. But those trolls, they don't have aura. They faking the funk. You understand? That's all they do. They throw shades and put comments down below and think that, nobody's gonna say something back. Oh yeah, I got something to say. You know what I'm saying? You mess with the wrong one. Y'all crybabies, man. For real. Every time you put a troll down my page, it goes a little something like this. Like a newborn baby just born. That's how you looking, man. You look like a baby. You sound like a baby. That's how y'all sound, fam. Y'all the wrong one. You know what I'm saying? David said, I am sorry. All is forgiven, man. You know what I'm saying? Enough space for a mansion too. Alright, speaking to the existing. LaQuisha, let me screenshot. Let me see how y'all look. LaQuisha. Got a white people face and your name is LaQuisha. He said, do you think if Jimmy Kimmel would have just gargled some of that sweet daddy Trump man sauce, he would have kept his job? Yo, I think the whole right of free speech is getting out of control. You know what I'm saying? This whole censorship, man. Nobody say anything when George Floyd got killed. You understand? Nobody said anything when we were protesting and everything. Nobody said anything about that. And here's the thing. Nobody should celebrate the loss of Charlie Kirk, even though we disagree with his politics or sometimes where he stands theologically. But nobody should get fired like Jimmy Kimmel because he said, the person who assassinated was a MAGA. And it's true. The mom and the dad, the parents are MAGA. And they say they don't know any Democrats, right? And it was the son. The family turned him in. And but when Jimmy Kimmel had expressed that, now he's been censored. The gatekeepers. You understand? And I think it has some Illuminati overtones, but that's either here or there. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I learned this in propaganda in college. When I went back to college first time in 18 years, the first college course I took was English, propaganda, composition, rhetoric, and I think it was called English, rhetoric, composition, propaganda, and journalism. Yeah, it was all wrapped up in one. And I learned about Eric Benet's social engineering. I learned about propaganda. I learned a whole bunch of stuff. Like Jimmy Kimmel has the right to say what he has to say. It's just that the vice president opened up his mouth talking about if anybody celebrate the loss of a non-political figure, tell their supervisor, tell their boss. Like, come on. Now y'all going overboard. Now you messing with a lot of people's bread and butter. How about, God forbid, a next person who get killed, if it's a Democrat who got killed, or somebody, let's say, for example, God forbid, If Omar Johnson, you know how controversial Omar Johnson is. If somebody on the inside who who who's probably an extreme Pan African shoot Omar Johnson, will and people celebrating, God forbid, the loss of Omar Johnson, will other people will be held to the same type of treatment? I'm just using hypothetical scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, let's address the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you can't have a double standard. You know what I'm saying? It works one way for one person, and it doesn't work, you know, for another person. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole thing got people like scared to say something. You know what I'm saying? And once again, we don't celebrate, you know, a person like Charlie Clark who got assassinated. You understand? And we so sorry for his loss, because a wife is grieving. You know, his children are grieving. His wife is a mother. The children mother are grieving. You know, the children mother, and all of them are grieving. You understand? But nobody should celebrate. I don't think Jimmy Kimmel should lose his job. You understand? Like, come on. Since when the executive branch has spilled over, you know, in our personal lives? The executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch supposed to work for the people. You understand? Not act like some sort of dictatorship. That's how I feel about the three branches of government. And there's always in every branch of government there are checks and balances. Like for example, the judicial cannot legislate at the bench. You understand? Right? And legislation cannot exercise jurisprudence of the law. They can write laws, but when it comes to the Supreme Court decision making, they can't act like judicial judge and wear the black robe, and the commander in chief cannot write laws. The only thing they could do is when they take over the presidency, you know, in the inauguration, they do what you call executive orders. Such the case as Donald Trump, he signed executive orders to take away DEI and taking away everything, trying to render, you know, people powerless. It's like now this administration feel like they got the upper hand. It seems like they got everything. But why they still want more? Let's have a sensible debate about gun control laws. Why on the right seems so angry? They got, you know, but when it comes to like the NRA, the National Rifle Association, and gun laws, you know, they don't want to touch that because they get their money from, you know, the NRA, you know, and because they are lobbyists and everything. So let's have a real dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Yeah. Dusty said, sorry for your loss. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Russell Lamb said, I lost my wife at 47 in 2006. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you for sharing that. Russell, I appreciate for sharing that. You know, you have my deepest sympathy, man. And Dusty said, my aunt just passed away this year. You have my deepest sympathy regarding your loss of your aunt. And I pray that the God of all consolation and all comfort will comfort you and your family in such a time as this. You know what I'm saying? SAG 12 says, why are you why are you going live talking about your biz, laughing my A off? Irony. Yo, why you trying to tell me what to say and what not to say? It's my page. It's my page, fam. Ooh, should I act like a little children? SHD 12, can I please have permission from you to talk about My biz? Okay. Get out of here. Give me mine, fam. Give me mine, son. Like, come on. Who you think you are trying to son me? I son you, fam. Like, come on. Who you think you are? Yo, pack you up, man. Pack you up. Huh. Yeah. I already said I lost my wife in 2000. Come on. You said 45, 2045. Yo, why you trying to be funny? You ain't lost your wife in 2045. Not unless you put a typo error. You know what I'm saying? If you really literally lost your wife, I would offer my sympathy to you. But you said I lost my wife in 2045. 2045 is not here yet. And the fact that you had said that, like, come on, you're trying to be funny, man. People literally lost their spouse. You act like death cannot occur. One day you gonna die. We all gonna die. But guess what? We're gonna stand judged before a God that will say either two words: "Depart from me, you workers of iniquity," or "Well done, thy good and faithful servant." You know what I'm saying? And Rosalind say, who's that? Rosalind D said, "Nah, come on, we can't say screw Charlie Kirk. May he rest." Nah, don't say that. See, this is what I'm talking about. The celebration. Like, come on, we don't wish any negative thing on anybody, in spite of their political opinion. And that doesn't mean I'm a coon for saying that. Nobody should celebrate. You understand? Where was the noise when Martin Luther King got assassinated? You understand? And he was all about the peace and harmony. You understand? But back then, it was a different political type of animal back then, because it was all about civil rights and everything. That was the energy at that time. But now it's a different energy, it's a different beast, a different animal in this season. You understand what I'm saying? He said, and here's another question. So why you asking another fourth stupid question? Come on. I think you suffered from trauma when you were young, man. Come on. You've been suffering from traumas. Who hurt you, man? Yo, who touched you? Huh? Who touched you when you were a kid, man? Asking these kind of questions. It's not a good look. He said, Steve-O said, "You're not ready for the smoke." Yo, I pack you up with my smoke, fam. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Bronx, man. We hard body. All day, every day, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hard body. Guaz saying anti-American. Come on, why you say that? Gladys said, "Girly, what are you talking about?" Yo, stop calling me girly, man. You look like a herb for saying that. Like, come on. It's not a good look, fam. Yo, you looking foolish out in the public sphere. Typing that. You look foolish, man. Like, come on. And Rosalind says, "Sorry, hon, my condolences." Thank you so much. I appreciate your condolences, man. He said, "Got you." And see, here's another one. He said, "Known as me. I got the attention. I won. No, you don't. You look stupid, fam. Like, come on. You look stupid, man. Come on. It's not helping. It's not a good look." He said, "That gap looks like a field goal." See, you snap. I don't even know you from Adam. You know what I'm saying? Let me look at you. Let me screenshot you. So that receding hairline doesn't look good to you too. Trying to look like Cameron from that TV show on Growing Pains. Trying to look like Kirk Cameron wannabe looking like. At least Kirk Cameron is a preacher. They say you talking about kids and you trying to get locked up for trolls. Come on, it's not. Once again, it's not helping you. Y'all trolls are killing y'all. It's killing y'all, man. Thank you so much, Rosalind D. Said sorry for your loss. Say you ain't from the Bronx. Never seen you there. I never seen you there. Are you from the Bronx? I'm 169 Washington Avenue, baby. Marzania section from the Bronx. Now I told you where I used to be. You know what I'm saying? You ain't about that Bronx life, fam. You ain't about that life, fam. You know what I'm saying? If you around my presence, you'll feel mad intimidated. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the kids fear me up in Nassau County. Cause I'm a different energy beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. For real. Us Bronx, we ain't scared of nobody. You know what I'm saying? LFC said, how are you? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I'm pretty healing through energy. Yeshua is Q. I don't know what you're trying to say. Yeshua, talk about Jesus, the creator. Jesus is here. We love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Thank you so much. UVG Warrior said, may she rest easy. Thank you, sir. Ignore the stupidity. Yes, it's everywhere and impossible to filter out. And it's true, man. For real. You know, I'm telling you, these trolls are killing them, man. They are dying breed because they don't know how to create their own platform. They rather, you know how you have like wedding crashers. They just like that. They are wedding crashers, but when they crash, they do the most and everything. And it's not a good look on them. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. Look at this. He must be obsessed with the lifestyle, man. Like, come on. Why it fulfill your purpose, man? That I got 2 kids? You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to shoot your shot with me? Yo, you are sadly mistaken, fam. You know what I'm saying? Pack you up. It's not a good look for you. I'm telling you right now, it's not a good look. It's not a good look for you. Many Ohio boss said, hey, hi, bro. Hi, back to you. Cass and Rossi said, hello. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. He said, what are you talking about? Yo, refrain from girly. This what I'm going to do? I'm going to put user on timeout, 24 hours. This is what I'm going to do. And Caitlin Rosa said, rest in peace. Sorry for you. Thank you so much. Jim O'Hara said, heart disease, diabetes, gun violence are the 3 black grim reapers. That part I can go as far as to agree. I know that sounds like money. Why y'all want to know? Y'all might like monitoring spirits? Like, come on. Sometimes I often wonder, y'all monitoring spirits. Are you a super gay dude? Now, this is when I pack them up. I remove and I pack them up. That's it. Simple as that. And that's how I'm going to deal with the trolls, man. Like, he's so obsessed about the gay thing, man. You know? So obsessed. Matthew Waters said, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? God forbid, if anybody else died outside the Republican sphere, I want to see that same type of energy uproar. You know, if a Democratic non-political leader get, God forbid, be assassinated, will it hold to the same standard? And it will not be a good look. You understand? Because the FCC and everybody should do that on both sides, not just pandering after their base. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got to be done on both sides of the aisle, not just on the Republican side. And A lot of people didn't agree with his policy. You understand? And you have blacks that are proponents of Charlie Kirk. You understand? I know a lot of them. You understand? And who are Christians? Say that they are Christians and everything. And Jim O'Hara said, that's right. You know, Steve said it goes on and on and on. And let me remove this. I'm gonna put using on timeout for 24 hours, man. Cause he's wilding on this gay questioning. Like this man is like so upset. He wants attention, man. Like he's so thirsty. Have you ever met people that just so thirsty for attention? They want to be seen. You understand? They don't care who they bombard someone's on social media. Long as they get that, know this me, you know, reaction. Like, yeah, I have to pack him up, cause he's wilding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's just wilding. Yeah, yeah, I'm just relaxing, cause I have to go to work tonight. Cut Matt said, "What's good, player? What's good, player from the Himalayas? All right." He said, Tresh said, "Unc, they don't have trauma. They just do it for fun." To me, it's not fun, man. Like, come on. I'm talking about real sensible situations, you know, and they just like, and I'm not that dude, you know what I'm saying? I take my my digital space, my platform seriously. That's why I'm gonna give it to them hard and heavy. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know, are they ready for the smoke? You know, are they ready for that fire? You know what I'm saying? I bring that heat and everything. So I don't think they're ready for that. You know what I'm saying? They'll think twice for saying something back to me. You know what I'm saying? And look, and Jim O'Hara, why you like, you know, Kirk Cameron wannabe lookalike talking about why you look like you live in a cardboard box. Does this look like a cardboard box? It's a real apartment building I'm living in. Like, come on. You're dying. You're Jim O'Hara, you're dying out here. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? Let me screenshot you again. It's like you look like you 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 want to be looking like Kirk Cameron, you know, from the Left Behind series. Child Safety Soldiers, Shane Coley said, "R.I.P." Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. And why are you saying Hell Hydra? Like almost close to saying Hell Hitler. Come on. Yo, stop it. Mello said, "Nah. Can you be my therapist?" Nah, you gotta get a therapist, man. Even though I'm a board certified Christian counselor, I can't be a therapist. You know what I'm saying? Cause if I do be a therapist, you know, I take the Rogerian therapy route. You know, it'll be you know, mixture of, you know, counseling through the scriptures and counseling through, you know, medical. Kuton 268 said, Spellman 5, can you sponsor my therapy sessions? Huh. So y'all want me to be y'all therapist, huh? Huh. Huh. Why you need troll intervention? Cause I told y'all ain't ready for this, man. I get on these trolls, man. And I could still stay on topic at the same time, talk about life, you know what I'm saying? Life be lifing, but I'm trusting in God. You know, y'all be careful, cause I'm the right one for the job to give it to y'all trolls and everything. So yeah. So yo, y'all relax. D'Angelo said, "Hello, bro. What's up, man? You seriously shouldn't bite your tongue. It doesn't taste very well." Oh, that's so funny. I forgot to laugh. Trying to be funny. I just double tapped the screen with my tip. Do you like Tupac? Yeah, Tupac. Yo, he was the realest cat in the room when he was alive. He was born 1971, a year after me. Yeah, so Tupac was a vocal person of his time. You know what I'm saying? You know, grew up in he was born in Harlem. Went through life stages. He moved down to I think Baltimore, Maryland. He met Jada Pickett, before she was Jada Pickett Smith, uh, and then Tupac went to the West Coast, just to do acting, and somehow he got connected to Digital Underground, you know, and the same group, the late I forgot his name, the Humpty Dance, and then Tupac was doing gangster rap, got you know got involved with Death Row Records and everything. So yeah, Tupac was polarizing, him and Biggie Smalls back then. I'm back. I'm back. I was I was receiving a phone call. Kutan268 said I love Tupac. Yeah. He wasn't like my favorite rapper. Will I put him in my top five? Maybe, yes. But I'm your KRS One. If my top five, KRS One, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, um, Cool G Rap, and who else? Busta Rhymes. Let's put Busta Rhymes. My top five. You understand? But I have a whole bunch of rappers that I like back then. You understand? Like number six, Chuck Rock. Number seven, Heavy D. Um